Well, all right, then let me show you somebody that I thought was dead and apparently isn't. Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke.
Oh, poor Mickey.
Is currently on Celebrity Big Brother in the UK.
Is that still a show?
It is, apparently. It's like season 40, whatever. Oof. And like I guess the British version was the original.
Okay.
Or maybe the Swedish version was the original. One of the ones in Europe was the original. And then they started doing the American version. He's over there on the Celebrity Big Brother in the UK, along with Jojo Siwa. You know who she is?
Yeah, she was at, what was it, Disney Star?
Is she Disney or Nickelodeon?
It could have been Nickelodeon. I know that she was everywhere with like the bright colored clothing and the Punky Brewster style, and she was super big. And then she came out as a lesbian and wanted to be hardcore and be like one of these construction looking like lesbians.
She was a Nickelodeon star.
Yeah, Nickelodeon, and then I guess she had a big break in Dance Moms, Keeping It Twisted is saying. So I
remember discovering her when her face showed up on a box of cereal. And I walked past, I'm like, who is this? I have no idea who this was. And then like Z100 and the pop stations on satellite stuff were playing some of her songs. And then I had no idea who she was. And then all of a sudden it became the thing that she was gay. So that was not just somebody she was, that was her image hey,
her identity.
What are you famous for? Being gay. Like if you want to knock somebody from that, she seems to be the perfect candidate for like, what's your whole thing here? Oh, I'm gay, and then I can also sing and dance, and I can do it's like, I don't know what's going on here.
Look, you said you were gay. We already know you can sing and dance. It's just redundant.
So anyway, she's over there, and he's over there, and apparently he has issues with gay people, I guess. So I saw this thing in the middle of the night on X, something coming up, and it's like Mickey Rourke getting fanned for gay slurs against Jojo Siwa, and I go, this looks like one of those headline generators that you set up in there.
This is a Mad Lib. Like someone made a Mad Lib and put it out.
I'm seeing the headline like in the middle of the night. I go, what happened? Why is this a thing? Why are they even together? It's fascinating. I will say this, it's entertaining, right or wrong. It's something you're going to want to watch because you're like, oh my God, this is happening to her face as he's doing this.
Here.
He's asking where to go smoke cigarettes, right?
Right.
Come on, let's go on a journey.
So do you like girls or boys?
Me? Girls.
I know, I can tell.
My partner is non-binary. That's the vape smoke room.
Just think, in 4 days, we'll never see each other again.
In 4 days?
Nah, babe.
I'm trying to last 4 days.
Like living.
Like what?
Like living. He just wants to last 4 more days.
Yeah. Well, it keeps going.
Longer than 4 days, you won't be gay anymore.
I can guarantee I will still be gay and I will still be...
Like, wait, what? What did that have to do with any of that?
I have no idea.
If I stay longer than 4 days, you won't be gay anymore.
Oh, he's so manly that he's going to turn her straight.
Yeah.
Scare her straight.
So this wasn't even the clip that was circulating or the headline. Right. Sorry, the clip wasn't anywhere yet at that point. Granted, this is the middle of the night here on the East Coast of the United States. I'm digging to try to find the British feed of Celebrity Big Brother. That sounds like an assault threat, doesn't it?
Or
like a prison threat.
Yeah.
It's like you're not gay now, but when I get done with it, it's like that.
You will be
from the prison movie, that old cliche kind of thing. But it's like the reverse of that. Oh, there's more. There's a lot more. This is just the tip of the iceberg with this.
I can guarantee I will still be gay and I will still be in a very happy relationship.
I'll tie you up.
What?
Okay, now that's a threat. Like that is rough.
Look up their age difference, please, because she's got to be, I think,
150.
early 20s, And he's got to be. He looks ancient as hell. His plastic surgery and his Botox are just.
All right, Mickey Rourke is 72.
72.
Yeah, his face is 63. And Jojo Siwa is 21.
Okay. So it's not even like
that's a 50-year difference.
I mean, yes, it's creepy old man kind of shit, but it's not like, you could be her dad kind of creepy old man thing. You could be her grandfather.
Creepy.
Yeah, creepy old grandfather. So now he said, when if I'm here more than 4 days, I'll knock you won't be gay anymore, and I'm gonna tie you up.
I feel like his intention originally was, I'm so manly that you can't resist such a macho man that I can turn you straight. It's when he says, I'll tie you up, that it became completely different intention.
Or it's like he's going to do, those religious camps, the deprogramming camps.
Yeah, he's going to convert her.
So imagine the whole thing. It's like, oh my God, he's going to like assault her like sexually or something. And it just turns out, no, he's got her tied to a chair in one of those rooms where the cameras are on, but no one's allowed to go into it. And she's just sitting there, and he's trying to do that. What is that camp called? Remember, they had the documentary.
It's a conversion camp.
Conversion camp. He's doing conversion therapy on her, trying to, like South Park. You walk in with the rolled up newspaper. Don't be gay, Sparky. Wax him on that. Don't be gay. Stop it.
Relationship.
I'll tie you up.
I can promise you that won't happen. I dare you to try. You'll be the one tied up.
All right.
Is she like now?
She looks like one of the Paul brothers now.
Yeah,
She's the third untalked. Like, how the Wahlbergs have the third brother that they just gave money to so he could have a burger restaurant. She's like the third Paul brother, where the others are making billions of dollars and they give her money to. I don't know. She's got a surf wax company or something.
She's Jerk Paul. Got it. And this is Celebrity Big Brother.
You'll be the one tied up.
Okay. We all vote each other out.
Oh yeah, see, because there's a huge chunk of that conversation.
Yeah,
that we would have sat there for a long time. All right, here's
you'll be the one tied up.
We all vote each other out.
Yeah,
eventually. I'm gonna vote the lesbian out real quick.
Jojo.
And he points right at her. So
immediately
now you're looking from the camera's perspective here. They're giving you a wide shot of the whole courtyard, backyard, whatever it is, because this is all a studio. It's not a real house. It's all a studio built to look like a house.
Wait, what?
And I know, movie magic. But you could see it's the far end. It's like this is the camera they have out in center field when they're looking over the pitcher about to throw down the plate.
Yeah.
It's that kind of angle. So you see she's on the left there, laying on the lounge in the black because, it's what they do. Black T-shirts, black knee-high socks, and black Doc Martens, sneakers, whatever it is. He's over there, but they can hear everything. They don't have monitors in there where they're hearing what the mic picks up. They're just hearing the course of his voice. So she's laying there. She hears all this stuff. And he's talking about, so we get to vote out whoever we want. Yeah, I'm going to vote out the lesbian, and points right at her. That's insane.
Real quick.
Jojo.
That's homophobic.
Well, no, we actually can't discuss this. No, we can't discuss this. This is undiscussable.
Yeah, so it's not even what he's saying. The fact is, you're talking about who you're going to vote out is against, I guess, the rules of the show. And if you break so many of the rules of the show, they throw you off the show, right? So he's discussing not strategy, like, well, if we can get enough votes, maybe we can vote this person. Like, that's how that show works. It's all, backstabbing and conniving and what have you. He just goes, oh, we get to vote whoever we want? Yeah, I'm going to vote the lesbian out, and points right at her. Like, there's no strategy. There's no gameplay. There's nothing going on here. He's like, the dyke gets it. She's gone. So here we go.
Can't discuss this. This is undiscussable.
The lesbian I'm going to vote out.
No, you can't do that, mate.
And he did it again.
Just doubles down on it.
No, I'm going to vote her out. No, fuck that. He's like elbowing the guy. Yeah, we're going to we'll vote her out.
You also can't say that.
I need a fag.
I mean, he's in England.
Yeah,
but also you
can't say that either.
Fag. Not talking to you.
All right.
Okay.
You heard what he said, and then he points to her again and says, not talking to you. And she's just sitting there. Now she's like up leaning on the back of her hand. So she's looking around like, is this really happening? What is going on here?
Fag.
Mickey, you can't.
Hold on.
Deal. Eat a fag.
Mickey, you can't say that, Mickey.
I know, but I was talking about a cigarette.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Is that not? The rest of this audience may not know this, but Jordan, you know, is that not a Stuttering John move?
It is.
Isn't that very Stuttering John?
Because here's the thing, like it's to make that kind of a joke so closely to you're calling her out for being a lesbian. We know you're not saying it as reference to a cigarette. You're not funny.
Yeah,
it's not timely. Like he's such a dummy.
So,
but yes,
stupid.
that is very Stuttering John. And then try to like walk it back. Well, no, I was talking about this.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, I know. He's just from a different planet, bless him.
Wait, hold on.
Thank you. Talking about a cigarette.
I know. Yeah, I know. He's just from a different planet, bless him.
Thank you. Sorry.
All right, so he had gotten up and went inside looking for something, and that's where it cuts. And they're like, he's just from a different planet. Like, it's not even a matter of like around our generation where our grandparents were saying shit that doesn't fly anymore, and you go, well, look, that's just their generation. That's how they were.
It's in all my Christmas cards.
You keep bringing it up. You keep making those T-shirts every year. But it's not even looking at it. It's like, yeah, I know it's inappropriate and I'll talk to them, but it's the generation they grew up. That's just how they were. It's not even that. You go, Gen Z is 2 generations away from us. Our grandparents are 2 generations from us. The Gen Z stuff is 2 generations from us. They don't even understand that, not like a tolerance to it, but at least an understanding of where it comes from. In the way, not defending it, but just saying at least understanding where it came from and why from a different time. Now they're just like, what planet are you from? Who talks like this? Like, it's not even fathomable that an older generation would even talk like that. And that's what we're dealing with here. So now this is 4 generations separated dealing with this nonsense. And they're all like, what is going on?
Yeah, I know. He's just from a different planet, bless him.
Thank you. Sorry.
You got your slippers.
I want to apologize.
Thank you.
I just got a bad habit of having a short fuse. And I don't mean nothing by it.
I appreciate your apology.
I hope. Okay, I do mean it.
I appreciate your apology.
If
and
I didn't, I wouldn't say it to you.
I know.
Okay.
I appreciate the.
All right. See, that was another thing, because again, this is a jump cut stuff. Later on in the day, I don't know when this was, but he walks over to her to stick out his hand to shake her hand and apologize to her face to face. And he's explaining, but he goes, if I didn't mean it, I wouldn't say it. Like, it doesn't sound like you're justifying. I mean, you don't need to qualify why you're saying this. The apology should be speaking for you for doing
right. That. But I think when you're in this kind of situation, that it could be performative. So he's trying to say, look, I'm not saying it to be on the show. I'm not saying it to, get a better look. I think he was trying, to actually genuinely apologize. The problem is when he goes, I just have a short fuse. What was pushing on him to make him have that short fuse?
Yeah, it's not like he said it in anger, that they were having a heated discussion.
Arguing.
Yeah, it wasn't a fight. He wasn't being held back. It wasn't she was screaming at him. It wasn't anything when he goes, sorry, I have a short fuse. That makes sense. He just kept sitting there and he goes, I'm voting the lesbian out. I want a fag. Not you, though. That kind of thing. And you're like,
right.
She wasn't egging it on. She wasn't instigating anything. He thought he was being funny in a sense of humor that doesn't fly publicly.
Not with this generation
anymore.
No.
Or even in media. And, so he's apologizing, but the whole thing is like, I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. Okay, well, you don't need a qualifier for it. The apology should speak entirely for you. You're being empathetic, or
Right.
It's like when you over-explain something, and you're like, you lost the whole purpose of what you were trying to say.
Apology,
If I didn't, I wouldn't say it to you.
I know.
Okay.
I appreciate the apology, and I hope you enjoy your slippers.
Thank you.
But he's all touchy with her too.
Yeah, he's just weird.
Yeah, but not like, again, not in a gropey sexual kind of way. It's
just like touch your shoulder, touch her.
It's almost like
you have to shake my
quick
hand.
little hit to the back of the head, petting her head. It's like you're gonna give her a little smack. almost like if it was a guy, he'd probably lean over and smack her on the ass and like, yeah, good game. That kind of.
It reminds me of the type that shakes your hand, but like puts his hand on top of your hand after he's shaking it. Like he's one of those like really touchy-feely types.
Right. So brings us to right now where I was looking up some, seeing if there was a fallout. Are they kicking him off the show? What's happening? Well, he's been called into their producer's room or whatever, off camera, twice.
Mickey, we love it. You're going to have to keep doing it.
Twice. You would think that, at least in America, they probably would say, like, look, publicly, we have to discipline you. We have to say this other thing. But off record,
here's a couple more British slang words for that particular thing.
Off record, and like they're covering the mics. They're like, keep doing it. Ratings have never been higher. Look at all the digital impressions that we're getting. It's through the roof. Keep at it. In fact, we're going to leave some props around the house that'll instigate even more. Yeah, Mickey, so you're going to have you issue a public apology, and then we're going to put a little disclaimer up at the beginning of the screen, so that people could, if you feel like you're being discriminated, here's a number you can call and an organization you can be. Right. You know how all this goes. He comes out and said, he's like, oh, I just got chewed out. I got talked to. Oh, yeah, because he's not allowed to, with the slur stuff there. But also, I guess he broke another rule because he keeps talking about stuff involving the game that you're not supposed to say on the air. So
did they tell him the rules?
So they found, well, they probably did, but he's almost, somebody in the chat said, oh, it was Casey. She said, yeah, he's turning into Gary Busey. He's not paying attention. He's floating around.
Gary Busey actually won one of the seasons in there. He was on the.
Does he know he won? Does he even know that he was part of it?
Hi, I'm Gary Busey.
He's like, let me tell you about a book of anagrams. And then
let me tell you.
It's like, what is going on with this guy?
There's a ghost in this house, and I'm going to find him.
Why can't we have another motorcycle accident?
Oh,
just to get rid of him.
My brain's broken. It's okay.
So yeah, he was already talked to. So when he had to tell everybody else that he got talked to, he's not supposed to tell everybody else he got talked to. So 1, 2, he told them he got talked to about the stuff with JoJo, and then 3, he said he's like that was the second time because he got talked to about stuff he was doing, breaking the rules of the game. So technically, he comes right out of that meeting and breaks yet another rule for that organization. So now I'm going to have to try to find more clips because you got to think the fix is in. They're going to vote him off.
Here's the thing. You got to keep him on.
You do. But they won't.
This is the only thing keeping this in the line. Like, I don't know how big it is in the UK. I've never had a conversation about Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother UK, let alone the US.
They do need to keep him on, and they won't. And I'll give you an example of why they won't. Go back many years ago when Trump was still hosting The Apprentice, right? Mm. In one season, you had both Andrew Dice Clay and Gilbert Gottfried. The first person they kicked off was Andrew Dice Clay.
You don't get rid of him.
Who was shucking and jiving, making one-line jokes, and just making people uncomfortable and being Dice. And you're like, this is fantastic television. They voted him off. Then you had Gilbert Gottfried, who, again, with his quirkiness, wasn't really helping the projects that they were doing, but his commentary and his backlash on a lot of things was hilarious and great television. They got rid of him, too. You get rid of those people. If you're not going to push them all the way to the end to win, you get rid of them right before you get to that final round of who's going to win. You keep them
the episode before last, the penultimate episode.
You keep them as long as you can to get all the viewers in there, and then when you have to filter them out to get to whoever the winner is going to be, that's what you do. Right. They have to, but they won't. So we will follow up on this to see next week if he's kicked off or if not. You got me interested in Big Brother. It's been decades.
The UK version.
Yeah, it's been decades since I cared about this. And now I just want to see what Mickey Rourke does. In fact, this should lead the producers to a new spinoff of generational conflict with Big Brother and other reality type shows. Put in older people with younger talent that are not going to get along because of the times they grew up in, the way that they were raised, their belief structures, any of that stuff. Put those lunatics all together and leave it on.
Reminds me of like when we used to watch all those MTV reality shows like Road Rules and all that. It's just like you're just getting those like competing. Well, they had, the season when they were in San Francisco was probably one of the bigger storylines where you've got, oh, this is a gay guy with AIDS. This is Puck, who's just a complete asshole.
Was by accident, though.
I know, but like that's the model that they use to now get these types together.
That was a happy accident for them, for that production company, where they struck gold, where they leaned into the skid with that, with Puck and Pedro,
and Rachel, right? And
yeah. So that was just that, it was lightning in a bottle for them, and that set a precipice going forward. It's like, oh, more conflict, right?
Yeah.
But now you have another accidental mishap.
Right. Which means that's why you have to keep this going. Right now, he is up for eviction along with 2 other people as of 2 hours ago.
Put old classic rock stars in with young TikTok rappers. And just see how they go. I saw, where was it?
Here's the corpse of Frankie Valli.
We need another season of Rock of Love, right? Rock of Love was, no, that was Flavor of Love. Rock of Love was Bret Michaels, right? Poison?
Bret Michaels, yeah. I think so, yeah.
But yeah, you put somebody like, no, not him. He's still too timid, but Vince Neil is still kind of fucked up. Put him in there, Axl Rose, things like that, and then put him in with some of these TikTok music artists. And Gen Z level K-pop band, something in there where they're it's not going to mix well because of generational misunderstanding between each other.
Could you imagine like Axl Rose and then like whatever K-pop kid is in there? One of the Korean guys that looks like a chick. And he's just in there all fat and just mad at the world. Ugh. I would watch that.
Or, because, sometimes... I'll say this, you got to make the black version of things, because you had Rock of Love, then you had Flavor of Love, right? Which Flavor of Love turned out to be way better than Rock of Love, especially when that one lady shit on the stairs and that clip went everywhere. Remember that? The one girl during the whole thing, she took a dump on the stairs. It just like fell out. Here's another idea. So you do the mixed generation concept show in the house, whatever it is. Then you do old school rappers versus modern day rappers.
Like
when you get a lot of the mumble rap or the TikTok rappers where they're shitting on Tupac, they're shitting on like Eminem, KRS-One,
like everybody.
Yeah, they don't look back behind them and see who paved the way for them in the rap industry. Do that. If you want to make the black offshoot version, do that. Put old rappers, old R&B musicians and stuff in there in a house with the younger people who don't fucking get it or don't appreciate that stuff and see that shit go down.
Could you imagine?
Snoop would do it.
Snoop, yes, well,
Snoop would be in there. Oh, it would be fantastic. I need to be in programming.
Oh, we got this mumble rapper and Morris Day in the Time. Like, it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Why not?
I would watch Morris Day.
I would love that.
That'd be great.